Hey, today I'm going to review McFarlane's Reserve Kentucky Straight Bourbon. And you see this 13? That represent the years. So this is a 13-year aged bourbon, which is a finished bourbon and a Cabernet finish. So how does it stand up to the years? This is a bourbon shop. Let's get into it. Okay, so McFarlane's 13-year barrel finish straight Kentucky bourbon. So what I can tell you about this is that it is aged a little over 12 years, and then after the aging of in the new oak char barrels, then it's aged another 9 to to 8 to 12 months, I guess, in a Cabernet barrel for that select finish. Sort of like our Angel's Envy. And so, combined 13 years age. Here's the thing. I bought this at Total Wine, and the MSRP is around $99. Might as well say $100. But that's not what I paid for it. At the Total Wine in Michigan, it was going for $69 plus tax. And I hear in other places it's at that MSRP of $99 or $100. So I don't know if Total Wine just get a special deal on this or not. I know I didn't pay that, and I just checked to see if it's still there, and it is. And it's still going for that $69, $70-ish dollars. So I don't know what's up with that, but let's just go with it being $99 or $100. That's a price ticket on this, okay? So that's how we're going to look at this. This is 90 proof, and it is a wheated bourbon, but we don't know the mash bill. So I can't tell you the percentage of what's going on here. But what I can tell you about this, I'm not going to taste and smell now because I have a really bad allergy thing going on. I wouldn't be able to smell it anyway. But I prepared for this a couple days ago, so I will refer to my notes. And let's just talk about the nose. Well, before we get that, I mentioned that this is made by Lone Stone Beverage Company out of Kentucky, and that bottles whiskey from undisclosed sources for a third-party company. So this is, of course, a MGP source whiskey or bourbon, which is fine with me. I have no, bad feelings about MGP. My whole thing is that it tastes good. Okay, so let's see. One thing I had written about the nose on this, I'm telling you, I could not smell anything right now. If a skunk was in this room, I couldn't smell it. So it's that bad. But a couple of days ago, as I wrote my notes down, preparing for this, on the nose, I have like an orangey citrus. I remember that. A nice hint of vanilla, some brown sugar. I have a touch of cedar, right? And like a frosting, like a cake, like a pound cake. That's what I got on the nose. So it's a pretty good nose. And then on the taste, it was like that citrus came through, brown sugar. It was sweet, had some caramel to it, that vanilla, and a small touch of oak. So just by going by that, it's a pretty good bourbon. My issue with it, because it's coming, is okay. So it's a 13-year bourbon. So I was sort of looking for a little bit more layers to it. to the nose and to the palate, but I didn't get that. In other words, I'm not getting 13 years out of this bottle. Now, it's a decent pour. It's not a drain pour by no means. I mean, it's an easy sipper. And if you follow my channel, you know I like my wheated bourbon because of that mouthfeel. It's always a nice, rich mouthfeel. Even with that, this becomes a little thin. But again, the taste is pleasant. The only thing is it underperforms when you look at the year. For instance, when you look at a Scotch that says 12 years, 13 years, 15 years, well, for Scotch, that's another walk in the park. Most of your good Scotches really get to that peak. The sweet spot is 13, 14, 15 years, okay? Because of the climate, it takes that long for it to age in the barrels. But here, of course, we can get some really nice bourbons right at 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. So when I come across something that says 13 years, I'm expecting to have layers, some depth, some nice chocolate maybe, or some dark fruit, or a lot of oak in the bottle. And I'm not getting this here. This tastes kind of ordinary. Not bad, but just ordinary. And if I did this in a blind, I would never pick this out to be a 13-year bourbon. It pretty much tastes like a regular 5 to 6 year bourbon. So with that being said, if the MSRP on this is $100, I wouldn't give it a high score on that. But just on flavor alone, it's pretty good. But as far as it's been a 13-year and costing $100, yeah, it's just not doing it for me. But again, it's a average bourbon. Nothing stands out about it. Nothing is the notes that I gave, the vanilla, the what else? The citrus. I guess the citrus is maybe the main thing that stands out. But nothing just stands out and screams 13-year age. So I have a problem with that. I'm going to give you a couple examples. Now, these are not to be compared to one another because, of course, this is a wheated bourbon. This is I.W. Harper. It is a 15-year bourbon. This is not a wheated bourbon. I believe this is more, it may be a high rye bourbon. But it's 15 years. Now, this is 90 proof. This is 86. But this comes in, when you sip on this, you would think the proof is higher than the 90 proof. That may be because of the rye influence. But besides that, you get the oak. You get the dark fruit. You get the chocolate. And you get raspberries. You get a whole lot of things that can come out of that barrel within that 15-year time period that I'm just not getting in here. Even though this is only 86 proof. This is probably the best sub 90 proof bourbon I've ever had. And the price point, MSRP on this is about $100. But I'm sort of okay with that with this one. I just can't. I can't justify it with the 13. McFarlane's 13. Here's another example. I reviewed this one maybe about 2-3 months ago. Is Black Saddle, Kentucky Straight Bourbon. Now this one is coming in at 12 years, and it is 90 proof, just like this one. Let me say flat out, this is $50 less, right? $40, $45, $50, something like that. Right at 50. But this is 12 years, and even this comes in, you can taste age on it. You get the dark chocolates, you get the, with this one, it's a lot of dark fruit like plums or apricot, and then you get, of course, you get your brown sugars, but you get that oak influence that comes with that age. 6 years. I'd rather 12 years on this one. But again, this one is running about $100. This is running about $50. So I probably will not purchase this one again, because even though I only spent $70 on this at Total Wine, I still feel that it's too much for the flavor that I'm getting. And I get it, if it's been in a barrel for 13 years, you got to upcharge that. I get it. And I'm not saying that this is something that I would say don't buy either, because somebody likes it. You know how it is. Everybody's palate is different. And I would say try before you buy, but more than likely you won't see this at a bar. But you can gauge it like this. If you like Angel's Envy, you'll probably like this. Now, I found out something about myself, that I don't like finished bourbons when it comes to being finished in the wine cask or wine bottle or barrel. And maybe that's another reason why I'm giving it a low score or opinion. But yeah, it's I would like to hear other opinions on this. So if you tried this, leaving a comment. Having said it before, please like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. And drop a comment. Let me know if you tried this. What do you think? Do you get the age out of this, or is it just, like it is for me? I love to hear your comments. Well, as always, people, I appreciate you spending time with me. The best way to enjoy your bourbon is to drink it the way you like to drink it. The best way to drink it is in a responsible way. I will see you next time on The Bourbon Shop.